Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. So it's been over a month since I last talked about this MX9 and it was kind of crazy because this gun since then basically got double buffed. So the first buff was in patch 1.04, then I talked about this gun a little bit and said it was in a pretty decent spot, but then the buff that happened in 1.05 and basically overall through those two buffs, I think this gun is in a very respectable spot in this game. Overall, I still think the SMGs are still a tiny bit weaker than the ARs, but this MX9, you can actually make this a very, very good gun if you do design your class setup correctly based on the statistics of this weapon and, use this weapon for its strengths. We're going to talk about all that and talk about how the buffs to this weapon made this thing a monster and different stuff like that. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. Drop a like on it if you guys could. I would really appreciate that. Let's go for, of course, 1,500 likes. That would be amazing if we could hit that. Earlier, I uploaded a video about Hijacked, possibly, it's looking like it's probably returning into Black Ops 4, so check that out. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and let's talk about the MX9. So when it first comes down to it, when this game first came out, the MX9 was a pretty weak SMG, and for most of this game's life cycle, it has been. But with these two patch updates and one specific attachment, well actually 3 attachments combined, this weapon can become an absolute monster that a lot of people are sort of not really thinking about too much, or not going too in depth with. So patch 1.04, what it did was the MX9, I'll throw it back up on the screen. These are kind of older patches, right? The MX9 extended all damage ranges, which was a major key on this gun, because this was a gun that is one of the submachine guns that doesn't have too much recoil and can do decent at that medium range. They also reduced the headshot multiplier of high caliber, which is all good because personally I don't use high caliber on this gun and I don't think it's the way to go. So that made this gun pretty good. But then patch 1.05, this is where the big buff came in, and I'm surprised not as many people are talking about this, because I think this is actually a decent gun in this game. The MX9, they adjusted the 5-hit kill range up to 6 meters. So that means if an enemy is from 0 to 6 meters away from you, you will get a 5-hit kill. And let me tell you guys, a 5-hit kill with an SMG is a big deal, because SMGs do have very good fire rates. And of course, this one's fire rate, the MX9, I think it's around a 730, 740 fire rate. And with that, sure, it's still lower fire rate than an AR like the Maddox, and that's why the Maddox is so damn good. But this gun has other strengths that apply to it based on the mobility of SMGs and how attachments interact with an SMG like the MX9 versus how they interact with other stuff. So the slight increase to ADS move speed was great. It feels like you have stock built in on this gun when you're not even using it, because of how good the strafe speed is. But that 5-hit kill range is key. So if anyone's basically right next to you, you're going to get those kills in 5 shots, which is good and gives you an SMG that can actually beat not every single assault rifle up close, but the majority of them up close. I think it can be with that 5-hit kill range. It definitely can. But the majority of kills you're going to be getting are at a 6-shot kill range. So when it comes down to the MX9, when it comes down to the stats of this weapon, you have 35 bullets in a magazine. You have an ADS speed that is a little bit slower than the other SMGs, but I believe that was buffed. That was with the ADS move speed. Your ADS actual speed doesn't really matter too much, especially with gung ho combined and stuff like that. The reload time on this gun is pretty quick, and the time to kill is a little bit slower on the time to kill side if you are killing with 6 to 8 bullets or 6 to 9 bullets. But if you get that 5-shot kill and you're close to the enemies, this gun will do great. However, just saying that, if I plan to be within 6 meters of the enemies every single time, this probably wouldn't be the best gun. You'd want to go with something like a SOG 9mm, a Kimbo, or something that would kill even faster, a Spitfire, Wildfire. But this gun's strengths come in other ways. So basically 0 to 6 meters, that's where you're going to be killing it within that 5-shot kill range. But the majority of your gunfights are actually going to be in that 6-shot kill range, and that 6-shot kill range is about to just below the 30-meter mark, which is pretty big originally. But once you add that long barrel on, it gives it such an increase that you're basically going up to around 40 meters with a 6-shot kill with long barrel on this gun, and then a 7-shot and an 8-shot and a 9-shot kill are beyond that. But you really shouldn't be fighting beyond around 40 meters with this weapon, and long barrel, how it interacts with SMGs, is a major major key. So the strength of this gun is up close, it does good. It won't beat every SMG or every AR, but it will beat a lot of stuff. And in that 6-shot kill range, which is pretty much going to be 90 to 99% of your gunfights, this gun still has a decent time to kill. Not the fastest in the game, but it is a controllable high utility gun, and that's where you get the strength out of this. So the full class setup and the way I deck my class setup around this weapon, I think really is what makes this weapon super strong. And the reason behind that is because each attachment really has a purpose here. So dude, this class setup is insane, man. I really do like this class setup. I think it's really, really good. So the MX9, we have the ELO sight on it. That's because I have a slot available. I like the ELO sight. I think it works great with the beautiful diamond camo on the SMGs as well. Drop a like for that. Then I have first attachment, hybrid mags. The reason why I rock hybrid mags is because it's such a damn good attachment. It gives you a mini fast mags, a mini extended mags, and you can see I've got 45 bullets now, up from 35, and a faster reload. So thank you for that. Just a perfect attachment. And what I say about hybrid mags is if it's available for the gun you're using, you better use it, because it's not available very much in this game. And the reason behind it is because it's so damn good. So hybrid mags there. And then my second attachment, of course, is going to be long barrel, because I talked about how that increases and basically guarantees me those 6-shot kills. And I'll throw the whole class setup up on the screen for you guys as well. And then my third one is going to be rapid fire. And the reason behind this is this makes up for one of the problem, which is the time to kill. When I throw on rapid fire and it buffs my RPM by, I think it buffs the RPM by around 40 points, a little bit, it's like 30, yeah, it's like 37 exactly, but it gives you a good RPM buff, and that actual rate of fire, it's not going to make a world of difference, but it's nice on a gun like this that doesn't have too much recoil. And I know I say that about a lot of guns, and a lot of people always comment saying, you know, since when does the Vapor have no recoil? I saw a comment like that. These guns don't have recoil if you just take the time to learn the recoil patterns and to pull against the recoil on some guns. On certain guns, you don't even have to worry about that, but on the MX9, even with slapping a rapid fire on this thing, I don't find that recoil is that big of a deal, and this makes the time to kill super, super dope with this weapon, especially in that 5-shot kill range, and even in that 6-shot kill range, if you can lock down your kills, or lock down your shots. And what makes this thing good is because of that ADS movement buff speed, because of the 1.05 patch is what really stands out to me, because the ADS move buff speed allows you to strafe with this weapon and sort of out-strafe your opponents. You watch when I'm in these gunfights, I'm moving side to side, and hopefully the plan is to hit more shots on them when they're missing shots on me because you're jump shotting or strafing, which is really good with SMGs. And then also that patch update allowing it to actually do something up close and be able to protect yourself makes this gun a more comfortable gun. And this gun isn't something that will excel at anything specifically. Like a lot of class setups, when I go into them, I'll say this class setup is made for doing this exactly, or, you know, like the Spitfire Wildfire, for example. That gives your gun like 1,500 rounds per minute, almost double what the MX9 has, but you have no control. So anything beyond, you know, whatever, 7-8 meters, the Spitfire is going to be worse than the MX9, and anything with the Wildfire, and anything before that, it's going to be better. So it's really around picking your class setups around how you're going to play, and based on the statistics and, you know, your perks, attachments, different stuff like that. But with this one, it's more of just going with an this is a good SMG map, but this is an SMG map where you still have to fight people at some distances sometimes. You know, not every fight is going to be up in their building, and that's why having a good overall SMG like this, I'm not saying this is the best SMG in the game or anything like that, but the double buffs are legit on this gun. They make it good, and they definitely are something that is worth at least giving this setup a go. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to be honest about this gun. If you use this gun with, you know, attachments that aren't doing too much, it's not that good of a gun. What makes this gun good is knowing where it's going to be, you know, knowing where and why you are using it, and when to actually use it. Like a map like this, you don't want to pull this class up on something like jungle, and then of course, you know, basically playing around and winning gunfights by strafing and destroying enemies using those different attachments. It's kind of crazy how you can have a gun with long barrel, rapid fire, and you still don't see too much, you know, negativity behind the recoil of the gun. As far as the gear I was rocking, I just rock ComSec device because I really like to smack out kill streaks. I really think they're super important, and I've been trying out the drone squad like you guys suggested, because I was looking for a third. I'm still not sure on that third actual kill streak. You know, I run Thresher, Attack Helicopter, and Strike Team the majority of the time. Sometimes I'll swap out Thresher for Drone Squad. I find Drone Squad gets a couple kills, but then it gets destroyed easily. Or the Sniper's Nest. The Sniper's Nest is deadly on certain maps. Those guys are just quick scoping from the sky, but the thing with that is occasionally, or well, not occasionally they'll get shot down, and you also can't call in your helicopter while it's up, which is understandable because that would be overpowered. But the rest of the class stuff, yeah, ComSec device is what I was rocking. You can rock whatever you want as gear. Attack mask, gung ho, dead silence, nothing too extreme there. And you can see another bonus of this gun. Diamond camo looks pretty smooth on it, and I like diamond camo in this game. I like how the fact that it changes colors when you're on a streak. That is definitely a cool feature of it. Dark matter in this game isn't that good until you go on a big streak with it, in my opinion. And I'm not sure if I'm, I have quite a few, I have SMGs and ARs diamond, which is what I'm going to use the majority of the time. Probably going to get tactical rifles diamond too, just because I like those guns, maybe even LMGs. But I'm not sure about going for dark matter. I mean, at this point, I probably will get it eventually, who knows, but I really do like diamonds. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Give this MX9 a try. It's worth it, but make sure you're using this setup. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop a like, subscribe if you guys new. Have a great night, and I'm out. Peace.